Welcome to Sport Wrap on Friday, the 6th of December with your host, Ashwin Mbedi. This is actually my last Sport Wrap show for the year. The last live Sport Wrap is going to be with Brian Mnango on Monday. But we're going to be keeping things the same, but different. The same, we're going to keep making sure we bring you the latest local and international sport. I'll bring you the latest local in Hit List, the latest international will be brought in Globe Trotting by Adi Hohad. But in between, we're going to have my two favorite interviews from the year, and I'm excited to be recapping that with you. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive into the hit list. We start off with some boxing. Windhoek is abuzz with anticipation as one of the most thrilling boxing nights of the year approaches. The main event tonight will see rising star Harry Simon Jr. challenge Abed Shikongo for the prestigious WBA Pan African Welterweight title. The bout, hosted by MTC Salute Boxing Academy, promises a fiery clash between youth and experience. Simon Jr., following in the footsteps of his legendary father, is determined to claim his first major title, while Shikongo aims to defend his crown and prove his dominance. Abed Shikongo, who is the current WBA Pan African Welterweight champion, has been a force to be reckoned with in the boxing ring. His opponent, Harry Simon Jr., carries the legacy of his father, the undefeated former two-weight world champion Harry the Terminator Simon. The younger Simon has vowed to bring the heat and make a statement in this career-defining fight. Now, the build-up has been intense, with both camps exchanging fiery words, promising nothing less than a spectacle in the ring. In an extraordinary exhibition fight, high-profile ex-convict Paulus Ninja Shimwe will face none other than Harry the Terminator Simon. Shimwe, who served 25 years in prison, sees this fight as a platform to inspire Namibian youth to turn away from crime and channel their energies into positive pursuits. Meanwhile, Simon Sr., Namibia's first world champion, views this as an opportunity to use his platform for good and support the fight against crime. This fight is more than just a clash of fists. It's a powerful message of redemption and hope. Now, 9 of Namibia Karate Federation's brightest karatekas brought home medals at the 11th Commonwealth Karate Championships, recently concluded in Durban, South Africa. The championships attracted 284 contestants from 18 countries, competing in 2 events: the Elite Tournament, open to national teams from the Commonwealth countries, and the Club Championship, open to clubs. Comprising 6 male and 3 female athletes, the Namibian delegation participated in the elite event. Caden Polton led the charge, securing a silver medal in the cadet kumite section. Hot on his heels were bronze medalists Dylan Grove, Demi von Soms, Merzian Mouton, Simon Labuskakny, and Johan Labuskakny. Now, the achievements saw the national team secure 10th overall position, with India clinching the top spot after winning 21 gold medals, 8 silver medals, and 21 bronze medals. Accompanying the athletes were national coach Sensei Stefan van der Merwe, referee tatami manager Sensei Vikas Oberholster, and referee Sensei Stefan de Jager. Speaking to Sport Wrap about the competition, Sensei van der Merwe expressed pride in the athletes' performances. "I am incredibly proud of the team's performance, especially considering only a handful of our athletes competed. The event had a tremendous amount of international talent, and it was a great opportunity for our athletes to test themselves at an elite level," Van der Merwe said. And Namibia's team Onghoshi is poised to take the international wrestling scene by storm as they head to Pretoria, South Africa for the Intuthuko Regional Education Development and Training International Wrestling Competition, scheduled for 7 and 8 December. This event is not just a prestigious platform, but also a key stepping stone for athletes aspiring to compete in the 2026 Youth Olympic Games and the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. The name Onghoshi, meaning reigning lion in Oshiwambo reflects the team's fighting spirit and determination, comprising talented wrestlers from the after-school wrestling club, Windhoek Wrestling Club, and Swakopmund Atlantic Wrestling Association. Team Onghoshi embodies Namibia's rising prominence in wrestling. Now, this tournament will expose Team Onghoshi to international wrestling styles and techniques, providing invaluable experience that will help elevate their skills to new heights. Competing against top athletes from around the world, the team will gain critical insights and refine their strategies, ensuring they remain competitive on the global stage. The entire Namibian wrestling community stands firmly behind Team Onghoshi, eager to see the athletes showcase their talent and determination. Carrying the hopes of the nation, the wrestlers will step onto the mat as symbols of Namibian pride and resilience. The team will be guided by experienced referees Alvaro Echaba and Erica Tron, alongside coaches Luis Forceledo Paz and Alex Haininga, whose expertise will ensure the athletes are well prepared for the challenges ahead. As Team Onghoshi competes in Pretoria, they are not only chasing victory, but also laying the foundation for future success on the Olympic stage. With Namibia's full support, these wrestlers are ready to roar. You are still with Sport Wrap. As I promised you, I'm bringing you my two favorite interviews from the year. Stay with us as we return after the break.
Only free range. What's right for our laying hens is right for you. Only local, never imported. Only date-stamped eggshells, so you know it's still fresh. The only eggs to choose.
ShopRite Namibia and Synergy Chatbot are delivering the Christmas spirit. This festive season, I've got a very special surprise just for you. My magical elves will be delivering gifts straight to your doorsteps. Grab your crayons or pencils and draw me a picture. Simply save the number on your phone and follow the on-screen prompts.
All right, this is one of my favorite interviews. The Namibia Pool and Billiards Federation embarked on a journey to promote the growth of the sport in the country. Public Relations Officer of the Federation, Charmaine Kotzer, believes there is potential for the sport to become one of the most popular fraternities in the country. And she had a chat with our very own Jesse Jackson Kauraiva.
The sport rep is joined, that is by Charmaine Kotzer, Public Relations Officer of the Namibia Pool and Billiards Federation. I'm sure many Namibians will be aware or are familiar with pool and all those stuff, but I'm joined by Charmaine here. Welcome to the sport rep, Charmaine.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here and talk about something that I personally enjoy and love.
Wonderful stuff there. Speaking of pool and billiards, Charmaine, can you just explain what the Federation does and what it is about?
Okay, basically the Federation, we as a group, we are currently 6 in a group, and we were chosen by our fellow players in order to ensure that pool is run correctly and that pool gets seen as a legitimate sport in Namibia. I mean, a lot of people see it as only a place for people to hang out at bars, but no one really knows how much you need to use your brain. And I mean, it's a very tactic game. It's a very tactic sport. So we are there to ensure that Namibia sees us, hears us, and take us forward, so that we can come onto the level of which South Africa is now.
Yes, definitely. South Africa, many would attest to that, that it is at a very advanced level in terms of pool and all of that. How has the response been from the general public and everyone involved, and in terms of the Sports Commission, the support and all?
So far, we've had, for the last 5 months now, we've had the MBBF League. So far, it's been going very well. Everyone is enjoying it. We are currently coming to an end with the MBBF League. But they are starting to work out, we are starting to work out, our league administrator at least, starting to work out regarding the rankings for individuals as well as the rankings of teams. So pool has grown a lot. I mean, I started 2 years back, and what it used to be and what it is now, people are really starting to see pool as
as a sport that needs to be definitely put up there with the other sports, of course. So definitely there are a lot of plans coming up, as you said, a lot of administration work still to be done in order to make sure that you are at that level that you want to be, and you, as you stated there, so far everything is going well. What has been some of the challenges?
Okay, so a couple of things that we as a group have been working on as the committee. We are working towards a referee training session, which will start on the 28th of November. First level, second level, and third level. Obviously, the first level is for beginners, and if you have done the first level already, you can continue on to the second and the third level. Then we are also working on Champ of Champs, which will then take place on the 29th and the 30th of November. We are still working on venues for that, because as you know, we are coastal bound as well. So it's Windhoek, there's a couple of clubs, coastal is, there's a lot of other towns growing pool as well now. So, I mean, this year it's Swakopmund, it is Windhoek, it is Walvis Bay, so it's Gobabis as well. We want to grow it even more, so we're looking towards Reebot as well, because there's a couple of people that play pool from Reebot, but they have the tendency to come in most now, or they have to come in.
Yeah, they have to come
not the tendency, but they have to come in. But we're working towards that as well. Because I mean, you would like to play your sport, and you would just like to enjoy it and not stress about driving that far.
Yes, definitely. As you said, have you guys been involved in international competitions so far?
Last year, yes. There was a group who traveled to SA or South Africa. I'm not completely sure how they did on that side, but as far as I'm concerned, they did very well. They're a group of 7. So it's 7 ladies and 7 men. They are still currently part of the Namibian team, but they are really a force to be reckoned with. They are, and they've been growing ever since last year. I've played a couple of games against the ladies. The other night I was like, sure, I have some work to do.
Competition. Well, I think pool is quite an interesting thing. I mean, many that have grown up in the townships and all that is a game. Like you said, it's people took it for fun, and the fact that it's becoming more of something that is a sport that can actually also generate income for families and stuff like that. Apart from the plans that you have outlined here, what is the future outlook, the general future outlook of it? Where do you guys want to see yourselves, let's say, for in the next 5 to 10 years?
I personally myself, because I enjoy it so much, and I know there's a couple of people who spoke to me about what they see for the future of pool as well, is we really want to grow it in such a way that, I mean, this year we are 156 players.
Wow.
And we want to grow it past 200, and we want to start sending teams more on a regular basis to South Africa, because like I said, they are on a whole different level than we are. So if we can get to that level, then we can start hosting South Africa, bringing them here, letting them play a league against us on this side. So we want to start doing that, or I really want pool to go
to that level.
Yes.
In terms of sponsorships and revenue and stuff like that, at which level are you guys right now?
Currently, as the new, the AGM was held not too long ago, so we are the new committee. So I am, as PRO, currently busy working on some sponsorships for us. And then also the Champ of Champs is also a way forward, according to, what do you call it?
According to driving that in terms of
Yes.
getting the sponsors and all
Yes,
that.
yes.
Speaking of the Champs of Champs, before we conclude, definitely we are looking.
And my other favorite interview from the year was when Jesse spoke to Kairos Urihop, a legend in the game of football in Namibia, a man who was known for a very, very powerful shot. After that interview, Ari Hogard is going to sign us out. But from me, Ashwin Betty, for the year 2024, cheers.
Rep is joined by a legend of the game, famously known for his powerful shots back in the day. That is Geros Urikop, affectionately known as Vedpien as well. But the man himself is here. Geros, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot.
You are a very hard man to find, hey?
Yeah.
I've been tracking you down all the way down here in Tsumeb. I'm sure many people still want to know, they still ask questions, where is Geros and all that, but I found him here now, that is in Tsumeb. But before we talk about what is the current happenings in your life right now, we want to talk about the past. You were a very, very formidable player, a dangerous player, with a very, very tough right foot, which was feared by many goalkeepers. I spoke to Marcellus Vedpien the other time and he said, if I could fear any player, it would be Keros, but we were playing, luckily, I was lucky that we were playing on the same team. So tell us, where did you start your football career, Keros?
First of all, thanks for the opportunity. I started my football career at Chief Sandos. That was way back 1982. I started training with them for 3 years, and my first match was here in Chumeb against Tigers Football Club. The likes of Bandike, Grey Umatis, the old people. That time I was only 13 years of age, and I played in someone else's name for that match because they were not taking records. And I was a very young boy. I was not supposed to play there, but I managed to do my tricks.
So you played, you went into the game, and how was it?
It was a very tough game at the beginning, but as the time passed on, I get used to it, and the old people said, leave that boy in the beginning, but after a few minutes they started, hey, take note of that boy.
So
He will kill us. Then
So,
that match I scored 3 goals.
you scored 3 goals.
Yeah, on my first attempt.
So what was so special about that game? Were you scoring from the outside of the box, or?
Yeah, it was from far. Bandike Okurubi knows it very well.
So he saw that these guys shot at 13 years. They were probably wondering what's in those legs. So after that, your career, you played for Chief Santos for a number of years. Was there any other club you played
No,
for?
I started my career at Chief Santos and ended there. And the other team I played for is the Brave Warriors. That's all.
Okay, before we get to the Brave Warriors, in your days as a Chief Santos player, what game will you remember and say this was the best game I've played in my career for Chief Santos, and against which team was it? I know you played many good games.
The game that I can recall is the 1991 NFA Cup final against Blue Waters that we played 2 times. On that game, the first final, I scored 2 goals, and the second replay, I scored the only one.
So
And we played 2 times draw and then penalties.
And you were on the score sheet again.
Yeah,
And
both
then
games.
both games. And as a striker or as a player that used to shoot that much, which goalkeeper do you think during your playing days for Chief Santos was somebody close to handling your power? Maybe a keeper that was actually, because most of the keepers feared you anyways.
Yeah, I do have 3. Number 1 is Sparks Cotley, and then Ronnie, and then Denzel Brewer. But Marcellus was my teammate, so I can't say anything about him, but he was the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
And always you developing this shot that you had, was it practice or was it just something born within you?
No, I was born with it. No practice.
No practice.
Yeah. I was only trying to be fit. That's all.
I'm sure we used to play back in the days. If there is a guy that has a shot like yours, people will call him by your name, because I think at school when he has the ball, everyone will just move out and he scores on his own with a soft goal. So was there any time in your career where you just walk with the ball inside because the keeper walk out?
Yeah, sometimes maybe a tap in, but usually I tried my luck from far. Yeah, that was my strongest point.
Okay, going back into Chief Santos, I'm sure there is a match or a fixture that you must have enjoyed most. Every time you wanted to play in that fixture, against which team would that be and why?
Black Africa.
Why would you? Why would that?
I hated Black Africa so much, and I was born the day Black Africa beat Chief Santos in the top 16 here in Chumel. So I hated them a lot.
So whenever you are in that game, you wanted to.
I have to score.
You had to score. Yeah. Any famous game you remember against them?
Yeah, that one was here again against Ronnie. He knows. That story he don't want to talk, but he will explain better to you.
So you gave him a bit of a tough
time.
Santa has a festive surprise for you. Starting 2nd December, unwrap the magic of Christmas with our Advent calendar. Spot the Christmas globes in your favorite newspapers from Monday to Friday. Scan the QR code or WhatsApp hashtag Advent Calendar 24 to the Synergy chatbot. Find the Christmas globes on NTV. Or visit our Facebook pages for daily Advent doors from Monday to Saturday. Win daily prizes. Lucky winners will be contacted and Logistics Hub Namibia will deliver your prize. Merry Christmas from Santa and his proud prize sponsors.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news. First, English Premier League midweek games that continue. There's going to be lots of action over the weekend in the English Premier League as well. But it was Tottenham Hotspur in the news. They lost points again. They lost to Bournemouth by 1-0. That game was played at Bournemouth. So it was Tottenham Hotspur that impressed when they beat Manchester City a few weeks ago by 4-0 at Manchester City. But since then they've had a draw with Fulham at home by one goal all, and now they've lost to Bournemouth. At the moment then they're 10th on the log, outside of the top 8, and they've got 20 points after 14 games. It's Bournemouth that's above them now. They've got 9 points, or that they've got 21 points in 9th position. Also, another game that was played, it was Fulham that beat Brighton by 3-1. That was impressive win for Fulham, and it was Alex Avobi, he is from Nigeria, that scored twice in the 4th minute and also in the 87th minute. A tough game now for Arsenal. They away to Fulham this coming weekend, so Fulham showing good form. The lock leaders on the English Premier League still Liverpool, and they travel to Everton. That is on the weekend. Moving on to cricket news, it is England that play against New Zealand. That is in Wellington. In New Zealand, it's the second test, and it's a good day for England on the first day. England lead New Zealand by 194 runs on the first day. England batting first, 280 runs, and that's all out in their first innings. Harry Brook again showing brilliant form, 123 runs, very fast he batted for Test cricket, 115 balls for his 123 runs. And then New Zealand overnight 86 for 5 in big trouble. So that is England playing against New Zealand in Wellington. Also the South African Proteas, they play against Sri Lanka. South Africa batting first, 269 for 7. They were overnight on day 1. And the big performer there, Ryan Rickleton, with his maiden 100. He scored 101 runs, his first Test 100. To close off some golf news, it is the Nedbank Challenge being played at Sun City, and that is Max Homa, the defending champion, off to a good start, 8 or 6 under par in his first round, and he leads by 1 over Oki Stradom of South Africa, and it is Andy Sullivan of England -3 also in the early running. The fourth round will be played on Sunday. And then also it is the Euro World Challenge, 20 players playing there at the Bahamas, and it is Cameron Young, a very low score, 8 under par first round, Justin Thomas of America -6, and then Scotty Scheffler, the world number 1, -5. So strong field playing there in the Hero World Challenge. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day and sport weekend, and we talk international sport again on Monday. Goodbye.